Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. So I'm currently getting ready for my little lunch date, but I thought that I would film another video for my lock tips series because I haven't done that in a little bit. And I know that y'all have been wanting more lock updates, but truth be told, y'all, I have no more lock updates to give y'all. Like, I guess nothing is really changing in my lock journey right now, so I don't want to just get on here and tell y'all just anything, you know, just for the sake of making a video. So I want to be a little bit more intentional with my lock update videos. Instead of focusing most of them on me, I want to start helping y'all out a lot more. I used to do this little lock tips series a lot, summer of 21. I think is whenever I started it, but I haven't done it in a while. So I wanted to just do a couple of them. I think that I want to do at least 3 more videos in that lock tip series. So if you haven't seen those videos, I'll link it down below. I'll link the playlist down below, and also I will link down below in the description box, or put the Instagram name of my Loctician here in Houston, because I've been getting a lot of questions about that, y'all. Some of y'all have been like borderline harassing me about that. Before we get started with the Q&A, make sure that you stop right now and give this video a like, because that helps me out a lot, y'all. So lately I've been getting a lot of questions of people whenever they're just starting their locks or they're about to start their locks. So I want to focus this video on that. One of the questions that I get a lot is, how long did it take for your hair to start locking? So for me, I have a whole Microlocs playlist. I'm sure y'all know this already, but in that Microlocs playlist I have documented from installation day to month 12, so the first year. I want to say that in all of those videos I haven't had any updates on my hair completely locking. It took honestly 2 to 3 years for my hair to completely lock, and I think that's just because of my hair texture. If you look at the little hair chart, maybe I'll put it here on the screen, my hair, most of it is like a 4B to 4A. The 4B is mostly in the crown of my hair, and that 4A texture is like around the perimeter and in the back. So it's like a little bit looser around the perimeter and a little tighter curls in the crown. So if you have that hair type, if you have a similar hair type to me, don't expect for your hair to lock like just like that, because it's not gonna happen most likely. As some of y'all may know, my mom actually started her locks a month after me, but her hair locked up a year before mine did. If you're looking at that hair chart like I just mentioned, she has 4C hair. Depending on your hair texture, it might take a year to lock or maybe 3 years to lock, who knows. Right now I am 4 years locked and some change. I'll be 5 years this November. That time went by fast, but anyway, yeah. So this November I'll be 5 years locked, and that's kind of crazy to say, honestly. But yeah, that's how long it took for my hair to start locking. I'm actually going through my DMs right now, y'all, as we speak, so bear with me a little second. I'm starting my own lock journey and still DIY locking with the interlocking method. Just wanted to ask if I can use rose water for my starter locks to hydrate them, and when can I start using oils? So if I'm being honest with y'all, I don't remember from the top of my head when I started using oils. I want to say since day 1, honestly, like just for my roots, not for the shaft of my locks. So let me read the question again, because I'm forgetting already. Can you use rose water for your starter locks to hydrate them? I would say yes, you can. That's what I use. I started using rose water, I think like a year, either 6 months to a year into my lock journey, but not on purpose. I wasn't purposefully waiting that long. That's just when I found out about it, I believe. So I would say you can use rose water. If you start with 2-strand twist though, be careful. I wouldn't recommend just drenching your locks with that rose water. I would, you know, just get it damp a little bit, maybe whenever you are braiding it or twisting it for a style. But I wouldn't just go ham with it, just because I already struggled with the ends of my locks, y'all, unraveling so much. So I couldn't even imagine if I was actually spraying my hair with a lot of moisture, a lot of water, just loose like that. At that point, when I first started my lock journey, I was still braiding and banding my hair, so under no circumstance was I going swimming, or I never really been a big swimmer anyway, so that part didn't really get to me. I didn't really have to accommodate for that. But if you are going swimming, if you are planning on getting your hair just drenched with water, I was braiding my hair for like the first year at least. I would say yes, you can use rose water and oils, you know, just everything in moderation, not too much. Okay, another big question that I get is, when my mom first started my locks, what did she use? Did she use a gel? Did she use a cream? What did she actually use to twist my hair? And the answer is pretty much nothing. Oh, I'm adding this part, but another question that I get is, did I blow dry my hair? No, did not blow dry it, just washed it. I believe we deep conditioned it, shampooed it with the TyKara clarifying shampoo. That's the shampoo that I was obsessed with for the first two to 3 years of my lock journey. I was using nothing else but that mainly. But that was a stripping clarifying shampoo. And to moisturize it, I guess, while we were twisting it, really just water. And we had like a block of shea butter that we would use all the time for just when we had loose natural hair. But don't put the shea butter all throughout your hair. Honestly, we were just using that shea butter to kind of seal the ends of my locks because we were twisting them. So we didn't really use that many products at all. Just water and shea butter, raw shea butter. Not shea moisture, shea butter, like we ordered it. And it came like in a big block. And we used that and we mixed it with a couple of oils. So that was it. You don't really need that much, y'all. Whenever you start your journey, honestly, you'll probably realize how little products that you actually need. In reality, you probably get rid of a lot of stuff. Like, I only use probably a good 5 products in total. And that includes my shampoo and conditioner. It's amazing how much money you will save whenever you start locks as far as buying products. Another question that I got was in regards to my whole big feet ASCO. Last year around this time, my hair journey was not doing too good, y'all. I thought I was gonna have to cut my locks out and start over because they were looking a hot mess. I will link it down below, some videos. Actually, it's in my Microlocs playlist. If you just go to my Microlocs playlist, you'll be able to see all of the horrible videos of my mom trying to basically nurse my locks back to health. That was before I was able to find my Loctician that I go to now. I was struggling a little bit. A lot of y'all asked, or a lot of people were saying, this person says, thank you so much for sharing that time in your lock journey and being honest. We appreciate your honesty. It shows us a realistic view of what can happen if we do not keep up with I think she meant if you do not keep up with your retwist. Do you have any advice for someone that might be going through that and doesn't have anybody to help them repair it? Honestly, no. Because if I didn't have my mom to help me repair it, I probably would have just cut them out and started over. I was super overwhelmed. But the thing about me though is, I need to stop speaking this over myself, honestly. But I'm not really a big hair person. I get overwhelmed by having to do my hair. It's always been like this. I just get overwhelmed by hair because I'm not really that great at it. It's just not a skill that I have. It's not something that I've ever been interested in. You know how when you're a kid and you get this Barbie doll that's just like a head, like from the shoulders up, and you can just play with the hair? I never played with the hair. I never played with that kind of stuff, y'all. So I've never been interested. I've never had that skill. I never cultivated that skill. I'm not going to say I don't have that skill. I just never practiced. So I could get better. But at that point in my life, I was taking more than a full-time load of classes. I was trying to post on YouTube 3 times a week. I was trying to maintain my life, like with my loved ones and my family and stuff. It was a lot. Honestly, going back from the beginning, I never wanted locks this small. This wasn't what I envisioned for myself. Luckily, it ended up working out and I liked them. But I wanted traditional size locks. So whenever that whole thing happened with my locks getting all thin and stuff, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is what I was afraid of. This is not what I want to deal with. Let's just cut it out and start all over. I'm just going to let them grow out. Give me a little TWA, a little baby fro, and slap some box braids in that thing and be done with it. That's what I was going to do. But luckily my mom was able to help me, and after she helped me get it back on track, I was able to find my Loctician. So if you're like me and you know that you are not the best at doing your own hair, maybe don't jump into it and start tiny locks without having at least a backup, somebody that you know that you can go to whether it be a family member or a professional loctician. I would recommend a professional loctician for you to have somebody on deck that you can call if something goes wrong, or just go to them. Just go to them. I know that it could be expensive, but I mean, I believe in paying people what they're worth. I will pay somebody gladly the full price to do this for me. And if you are not in that space or you can't really afford it, maybe hold off on it or take the time to learn, just in case something like that happens to you. Because at that point, it was by the grace of God that I was able to find somebody, because I have been looking for years. Before I found my loctician, 4 years I've been looking, and I've been turned away, or just people being shady with me, honestly. So that's a tough question, but you really only got 2 options: either find somebody or learn how to do it yourself. And that's just it. It sounds kind of harsh, but I don't really have any advice for that. My question is, did you ever braid all of the ends in your locks, or just the ones that unraveled? I love your hair. Great job done by your mom. Thank you. We didn't braid every single end, just the ones that were unraveling. And I found that the ones that were unraveling the most were the ones in the back for some reason. These down here, like this one, I know for sure is the ends were braided, but you really can't tell the difference in the end now that they're all locked. But at first you could tell the difference between one that was braided and one that was not. So I actually didn't like the look of the ones that were braided because it got super skinny at the end. But so there was some variation with that, but it ended up filling out. It's been almost 5 years, so the end result you can't really tell. But to save yourself some time from everything unraveling, maybe just start it with micro braids. Even though micro braids will take longer to actually lock than twists will, just because braids are more solid than twists. Either that, or just kind of be okay with the discrepancy in size from the end to the rest of the lock. I had to cut this. This is 2. Alright y'all, so I have to go. I'm running behind once again because I wanted to sit down and film a video. But hopefully I was able to answer most of y'all's questions. But as always, if y'all have any questions, feel free to just leave them in the comments down below, and I'll add it to my next lock tips video. I'm not sure how frequently I'm going to be posting these. Maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. I'm not really sure yet. Y'all let me know what you would like. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like, because that helps me out a lot. And also leave a comment. I'll talk to y'all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I'm out.